Next is the remaining 600 ohm resistors of the group of 12 we already fitted above, close enough to 100 ohms. Six 100 ohm resistors fitted. Okay, we have all our hundreds fitted now. It's up there and over here. We can now tick that off. The LEDs are ticked off. These are ticked off. No, they're not ticked off. Oh, they're the 2.7s. There's a row up here. But we'll have to do these first, which is the double shotkeys we don't know the part number of. Looking at the bill of materials I made and part 20 on the I-bomb, the I-bomb only says it's a SOT23 double shotkey without a part number. And I went into the Frankenstein bill of materials and their SOT23 double shotkey had this part number. Whether this is the one for this, I don't know, but this is the one I'm using, the BAS70. This is ST's number they used on mine. This is what I mean about going over pads twice to see if the solder actually attached to the pad. Here I solder pin 1 and it looks good, then pin 2. But as soon as I touch pin 2 again, the part moves, showing that pin 1 was never attached. This method works fine on 2-pin parts, but if I had soldered the 3 pins on this, I wouldn't have seen it until final inspection. Pull it off, place it properly and solder again. Our 12 double shotkeys. Well, that's all our shotkeys, so we can tick that off. Now we have to look at these, which are our 2K7s, and the alternating is 10K. 10 kilo ohm resistors. We'll do the 10Ks first because they are behind the 2.7Ks. 12 10K resistors, plus 3 at the bottom of the board makes 15. Well, that's the 15 10Ks, we can tick that off. Now we do these 2.7s. Our 2.7K again. Another way to see if you missed a part is check how many parts are left over. Like if you know your bandolier holds 20 and you've got 3 parts left over, but the I-bomb says 18, you know you've missed one. And sure enough, there it is. Our final 12 2.7K resistors, plus our previous 6 makes 18 2.7K resistors. That's the full 18 off 2.7, so we can tick that off now. So I suppose this will be the next one. 500Ks. 500K isn't common on eBay, so I went for 510. 12 500Ks fitted across the top road with 8 left in the bandolier. Well, that finishes the 12 500Ks, so we can tick that off. So we've got this block finished and this block finished. Just got this bit here and this here to go. So next on the list looks like these things. 20 ohms, 12 off. These are around 21 ohms. Accidental solder blob left behind. That's all our 20 ohm resistors. Okay, we tick off that 12 20Rs and we go to these ones next. 1Ks, 13. Oh, there's another one here. A bit jittery, but around 1K. Seven remaining on a 20 bandolier, and that's the 13 1Ks, so we can tick that off. I guess these are next. Okay, these Q411 are an OVP driver, whatever that is. We have to go to our bomb and it says VNS 14N. 14N V04. This is another ST part that doesn't have a mark on pin 1. So I think we have to do what we did with the last one and use the ST as close to number 1. But the problem is, in this I-bomb, the yellow pin is usually pin number 1. And if we look at our data sheet, pin 1 is in this corner. So if you go back to the I-bomb, pin 1 should be in this corner or spun around in this corner, not over here. There's a notch here on the silk screen, which might indicate the front of the IC. If you look at a picture on the forum, and if you look at these MOSFETs, the ST symbol is in this corner, which is correct to the data sheet. So then you come to the PCB view in KiCad, number 1 should be in this corner here. All I can assume is these numbers are wrong, and that the I-bomb is made off this. That's why it's highlighting this pin when it should be highlighting this pin. You can actually see some custom numbering, like here's 1, pin 333, and pin 2222. It's like they're using the MOSFETs inside in parallel, because these are all connected together. So I think I'm going to go by the notch and place the ST in this corner. Our silk screen notch is here, so I'm making pin 1 here, so I'm putting the ST here. This is another one where the pins are wide enough that you can do each one individually. Spin the board around. So that's 12 MOSFETs fitted, so we tick that off. The odd thing is, if you look at the forum, there's a board here that doesn't have them all populated. It might be the case where you only need to populate as many as you need, and you can leave the others off. But I've already fitted all of these, so I'm going to keep it that way. The last part to finish off this side is this diode here, and the line is on that side, but pin 1 is on this side. So we will double check its direction. You can just use a resistance check, but I'm using a diode check. And positive probe to the line side and negative to the body side, and we get nothing. We swap it around and put positive to the body and negative to the line end, and it now conducts. We now know that diode allows power from the body to the line, and if we look at our symbol, that's what this arrow is, flowing this way. But if power tries to come back the other way, it's blocked, which is represented by this line. We look up D413 in our schematic. Looking at our schematic, our D413 is here, and the body is connected to the LED. We go to our PCB view. This is our D413, and pin 1 is connected to the LED. So we now know our line is on pin 2 end, which means the diode line is on this end. Now the part number. This just says SOD123. So again, I had to look this up on the Frankenstein board, and that board had a SOD123, and this was its part number, BAT54T. So that's the one I used, BAT54T. Here's the line on our PCB, which we matched to our diode line. There's only one of those, so we'll tick that off. I've done this group, and this group, and this group. So now I'm going to do this group.